Welcome to another episode of Uplifting Interviews with Total Strangers. Maddie, are we total strangers?
Yes.
Yes, we are. And you're on your way to work, and you work in a dispensary?
Yes.
How long have you been doing that?
Probably about 4, almost 5 years now.
5 years. So you've seen some changes in the industry?
Oh yeah, all the changes.
All the changes.
A lot of them recently, yeah.
I think it's a fascinating business because the owner knows pretty much exactly how much he's going to make this month, right?
They try to estimate. Oh yeah, it's typically another retail or sales job. That's what the whole voting yes on, I guess, was, trying to make it like a Walmart or like a Target or something.
Right.
So they're trying to, I guess, commercialize it and normalize it.
But it's pretty fun out. I mean, you guys, I think, isn't it true that the demand outstrips the supply at this point?
Yeah, because a lot of stuff has to be up to regulation. It has to be tested, child-proof, and a bunch of vendors don't either have the funds to do so. So half of their product is available and half isn't testing, or they weren't able to test it.
Oh.
They can't sell it. So it's very dependent on, the people who make the product and how reliable they are and how invested they are in spending and getting all that stuff done. And
the government oversees all that?
I believe so, yeah. They have regulations for, you have to have licensing for everything. So even the labs that the stuff gets tested at, it has to be a state licensed lab that is not just some random lab doing testing.
Right.
So it's, it's accurate. And
sure.
They trust it more.
And the labels are so professional.
Oh yeah, it looks like a...
a pharmacy.
And a bunch of stuff. The child-proofing is crazy. There's things in little boxes with springs. There's stuff triple sealed that you have to break something, pop it open, squeeze the sides. So
really?
Wow. I call it people-proof. It's definitely not child-proof.
So if you're too stoned, you might not be able to open your own box, right?
Oh yeah, no. And the funny thing that everybody says is you get stuff in an exit bag, and it's sealed once and then sealed again. And nobody thinks to use scissors. So they're sitting there for half an hour, pulling the bag, trying to rip it open. And then by the time they're oh my gosh, I should have just cut this. It's just thin plastic.
Right.
You can't see through, so it's not your first thought. But, oh yeah, it's definitely changed a lot. When the first place I ever worked in, we were open till 3 a.m. and we only had actual flour, edibles, and that's about it. So now there's lotion, tinctures.
Lotion for THC or lotion for...
Oh yeah, both.
Both.
There's THC, CBD.
So you can get high just putting a lotion on.
Well, the lotion, if it has alcohol in it, it opens your pores. It doesn't necessarily get you high unless you're using one that's I think intended for that, because most of this stuff is safe to use, so you won't get a high from.
Oh.
So it'll do basically all the repairing and all the magical works that the THC does without giving you the high.
Okay.
Because you're taking 2 milligrams topically, so it's not you're taking a edible or something where you're ingesting it completely.
Edibles are so strong.
Oh yeah.
It's off the chart.
Yeah, now they have to be, we don't sell anything over 100 milligrams.
Okay.
And it has to be in 10 milligram increments. So it has to be split up already into servings for them.
Okay. Now, in your experiences, what have you seen CBD cure?
I mean, my dog had a benign tumor on a weird area in his neck, and we used to use this stuff called love grass, and it was CBD and THCA. And so THCA is really cool. It's another form of THC. It doesn't have any high. There's no psychoactivity until it's burned. So since that chemical reaction never takes place, if you take it in the oil, there's no high with it. And I swear this thing ate away the little tumor he had, and it's grown back a little bit, but it's kept it at a small size. I mean, there's people who come in who have just gotten off chemotherapy, and they don't want to take Advil, and they don't want to take certain medicines every day, so they take CBD and different things, and you have to find your regimen. A lot of people are oh, I'm gonna take this pill, or I'm going to take this edible and I'm going to feel amazing. And it's you want that, but after you find your little kind of routine regimen, it definitely is easier and you know what to expect, I guess you can say.
Mm-hmm.
So you can work it into your day and not be. I mean, everyone comes in. There's like doctors that come in their scrubs. There's teachers. There's like grandparents. There's every single person, and half of them are working. They're not just like, you know, they're people with jobs.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, it's a legal drug now.
Oh yeah.
What's your you want to do a shout out for your company?
Yeah. Here, I'll show you before I get out.
Now, I interviewed a guy who started a new company called Create, and it's recipes for food.
Oh, that's cool.
It's an hors d'oeuvres, the food, and the dessert, and you can online you order it, and you tell how much THC you want in every different, you know.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can get higher at the end of the meal.
I could see that being like in the near future, like high, like super fancy, like restaurants with, you know, medicated desserts or medicated.
Sure.
They call them like the mocktails, like
mocktails,
CBD and that kind of stuff. So
Wow.
here you can have a. If you want to show the little.
Okay. Craft cannabis.
Yeah.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
And it'll be a left at this light.
And ask for. Do you get commissions on your sales or no?
No, but
No?
if you really want to come ask me, Maddie, I'll run downstairs and say hi. But
Ask for Maddie. She was going to help you out.
Yeah, all of our bud tenders are super informed.
You call them bartenders?
Bud tenders.
Bud tenders.
Yeah.
And do they wear like smocks?
No.
Like doctors?
We all wear like a little uniform. We have like college shirts.
Straight ahead?
Yeah, it'll be up at the stop sign actually.
Okay. Well, that's. Thank you for participating in the interview. And you keep the number, the 714. I'd love you to call in one time, because or maybe I'll get your number as well. I have it right there, because I can call you at work, right?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll do a podcast.
Oh yeah.
Because the people love the CBD cannabis
we do sales
interviews.
too all the time. So.
Is that right there?
Yeah.
Right there?
That's our side mural.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
let me turn it for the people. There's the side mural.
Yeah.
Very cool. Maddie, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Beef. How are you, by the way?
Fantastic.
There you go.